Okay, so what we need to do is we've got to drill some holes in this. I'm going to use these 4 lag bolts here. I got out of my granddad's drawer there, and we'll drill these things in this bracket, like here, 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 and here. We want that to be pretty substantial because it's going to be hanging there and have all that weight of whatever that weight will be. We're going to find out here pretty soon. And then for this, for the hand-forged handle, I've got these 2 little lag bolts here, and we'll drill these out in here, and then we'll mount that. These don't have to be near as substantial as the other ones. So let's get the drill chucked up and some holes in these. So before you drill, it's a good practice to use your center punch. Right there's just a punch with a point on it, and go ahead and mark where you want your hole. That way you don't have to chase it down with your drill bit rolling around. It'll never go in where you want it to go, but if you do this on the back of your vise there, that little bit of a dimple will guide your drill bit in. It's worth taking a moment to do that. Hit it twice if you have to. I'm not hitting it very good at all. Hit it square. You won't have to hit it 3 times. There you go. So we want to use a drill bit. Of course, it's about the same size as our screw, just a little bit bigger. I'm guessing that one there will probably work. You know, among the essential tools I talk about, you know, I started kind of a video series about how to set up a shop, and I think I only did 1 video on it, but it was like just the battery portion of it, and that's something that I probably ought to do, is kind of show the different stations, the workflow, how it shops, some of the essential tools you need. One of them being a drill press, and you don't need a great big one. I've just got a little one here that my dad gave me, and it'd be nice to have a really big one, but this here seems to, I mean, I've been able to do pretty much everything I needed with this. Now if we look in there, you'll see where we hit that little center punch. The drill bit will find its way right in there and just go in there slick as... Boy, that's really hard. That is really hard. Let me sharpen this drill bit up real quick. Now we can drill, we'll just use the same drill bit as a pilot hole, because it's not going to quite be big enough, but it'll get most of it done here. We'll drill our 4 holes. Wow, that's a good drill. My goodness. Alright, let's see. We got our screws. Yep, nice and tight. The impact driver will just drive those right through there. It's just perfect. You always want to be thinking when you're doing these projects what you're going to need. Anticipate what you're going to need when you get up in the treehouse or you get to the job site, so you're not making too many trips back and forth. So I know I'm going to need a couple sockets for my impact wrench to drive these in, make sure I have those, and anything else I think I might need. So I'll grab a little bit extension, put those in my tool bag, and then always have what I need and not have to make an extra trip. Alright, so as the door closes, that's perfect. That'll stretch just a little bit, but not tight. So you can see here that the door is balanced perfectly by the brake drum. Right there. No matter where we put it, it will hold it. So it's not going to fall. Not going to fall underneath its head. So it's a little bit light, but there's a solution to that here. There's a reason for this here. We'll see. But the pulley goes up and down very nice. We need not worry about the rope abrading. wearing out, breaking. It'll roll nicely on there. It'll last long time. But we're not done yet. So to finish this off real nice, I ripped a 2x4 in half here and cut them to fit inside these framing cavities. And what that'll do right there is that makes kind of a nice channel for that to run up and down, and just keeps it secured, provides a little bit more friction against the brake drum, just finishes it off a little bit, kind of like a poor man's window track there. So we'll screw this in here and then try it out one more time. All right, let's try it out with the rails there. Very nice. Holds in any position. All the way down, you get a nice definitive clank when it reaches the top. I think that's great. I feel really good about that. It'll hold wherever you put it. It's just balanced perfectly. So we're not going to need this handle anymore. This was temporary. It's kind of a trip hazard anyway. When the kids want to get access, get the door open, they can simply grab the rope, pull it up, stay down. The rope is somewhat in the way, but it is off to the side there, so I don't think it's a big problem. I think it's a pretty good solution. It's a poor man's solution there for, yeah, that'll be just fine. I'm not going to have any trouble with that, and I won't have to worry about them. See anything wrong with that. Now I did think about, and I might do this if I can find one. I went out to try to find, is to put a rare earth magnet. Jack and I take apart hard drives and get those rare earth magnets. They are really strong, and I just couldn't find any for this video, but put a little steel plate on there or something, or mount a rare earth magnet so that this door can park plunk against the side there. I don't know if it's necessary. You know, it's leaning out a little bit because the weight is so big. You know what I could do? What if no, there's just not enough stroke in it. I wonder if I tied the rope to one of the lower holes, but it won't make any difference. There's only so much stroke in that. It's that rotor's big. It needs to be something smaller, but I don't think it's an issue. We could set that back there. I just don't think it's an issue. Plenty of room. It's almost open all the way. Now, if it becomes an issue, we'll put a magnet on it. But until then, I think we'll just leave it well enough alone. All right, Jack, do you want to try out your new door?
Yeah. And I also want to thank Mr. Jacob for making this handle.
Looks nice on there, doesn't it?
That's way nicer. And it stays where you want it to be.
It stays where you want it. It won't hit you in the head anymore. I think problem solved. Let's go up in there. I'll show you the mechanism.
Okay. That's a good gear.
Tomorrow I'm going to build you a ladder so you don't have to use these rickety ones anymore.
Oh, that would be nice.
All right. Let's put you guys on the tripod here.
This is such a simple but useful system.
A simple but useful system.
It's made out of 3 parts. This little wheel thing here, and the metal here.
We'll try it out, see what you think. Watch your toes though.
The only problem is this right here.
Yeah, I know that's not perfect, but
We won't die.
yeah, it's pretty much out of the way. But
I mean, we're not gonna be up.
Yeah, that's kind of what I thought there. All right, guys, I gotta go. I've got a video to make.